It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Giants and the Mounties, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter.
Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Toronto.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And taken right on the 30.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
This is unbelievable.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Tua sets up to pass it. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And that is caught. It's Davis. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
These are his numbers from last week's contest.
25 carries, 134 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Giants at 6-2 to start play. And they come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On play action, they'll throw to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The New York set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
He got 29 yards that time.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. 2 now on 1st down. They're quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
After the sack on first down, Tua going right side. He finds Slayton. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, it's Tua. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to connect with Dotson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He's going to keep this again. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to pass. Tua. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Barkley inside handoff, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll run it again with Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now he steps away. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Tua. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards for number 11. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Sauce Gardner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua under pressure. They got him again. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Going right back to Dotson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
2 and now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we're
halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Agnew now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done it.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does. But most of the time, the quarterback swings the ball away from his body. And in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
And New York set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Barkley diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Toronto's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This is Hines, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Back to throw now on 1st down. Right back to Jeudy, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 2nd down, here's an option right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Hines able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And this time he is in. Nyheim Hines, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Mounties get a bit closer. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And New York set to take the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll get this to about the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. On 2nd and 9, Tua. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6, he got about 5. 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be taken at the 13. 56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Tua's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tua. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. This to Hines on the drop-off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Ooh, with a juke. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away at incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Mounties have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, there you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Gets past 1 man. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. Tua going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Barkley, toss play left. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Able to find Judy.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
Jerry Judy.
68 yards.
And the Mounties have cut it back within a score.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3.
And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Rodrigo Blankenship with an important one.
This for the lead in the final stages.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Giants now down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on first down.
Now Tua. That's caught by Pitts. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Tagovailoa. He's got this complete to Robinson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And his kick is good. A little bit of redemption after he missed 2 field goals earlier. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the home team here, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.